Welcome to Jackals TV and welcome to the semifinals of the 24-25 winter season. The Jackals will be taking on the Minnesota Nighthawks, old foes they've played many times over the years. You see them on the left side of your screen in the highlighter colored yellow, Jackals on the right in their white jerseys. Jackals looking to continue their march here, having won the first two games of the playoffs to finish first, so they take on the second place team, the Nighthawks. These teams have played each other 3 times already this year. 2 wins for the Jackals, 1 win for the Nighthawks, this being the 4th matchup of the season. The winner will move on to the finals the following day. The Jackals will be trying to do it with most of their team. The only player missing here today, Daryl Miller, who continues to be away. And with that, let's head to the highlights. And we're going to start this one off with the Jackals in their own zone, wrapping this puck around the wall and failing to get it out. It's going to end up right on the stick of this player in front who whips it on net. Trevor gets down low and makes a kick save. Puck to the corner. They're going to put it back out to the point, take the slap shot to the front, and it's going to rattle around in some feet and get slid home past Trevor. And it's going to be 1-0 early for the Nighthawks. However, you see Jer talking to the referee. The referees are going to come together and discuss something about this play. Let's look at it on the replay. Watch that Nighthawks player who skates behind Trevor and through the crease, which is a violation of the ASHL rules. You're not allowed to enter the crease area, even though he didn't make contact with Trevor, or so it appeared. It's going to be no goal. There you see the referee wave it off due to a player being into the crease, so it's going to remain 0-0. But the Nighthawks are going to get another golden chance here as this puck gets pushed past Bruce. In alone on a breakaway goes the player, and he's going to pull to his forehand, but Trevor stays right with him. No chance. Gets the leg down and makes the save. Nighthawks continue to come. Here they are on the forecheck. Here we see David spin away from that player, put it hard up the wall, pass the referee to the player at the point who just wildly throws it at the net. And it's going to go through a bunch of different players and nearly hit Bob as it goes by, and it's going to find the top right corner. As Bob flinches away from it there, I think if he'd have stood still, it probably would have hit him, and we'd still be 0-0, but it's a 1-0 lead for the Nighthawks. Here comes Chris Marshall looking to tie this back up. He's had a monster playoffs thus far, and he fights that player off, comes in, but he ends up putting it wide on the short side, so we go to the second period. Here's Darwood looking to make something happen, but he's going to skate into 3 Nighthawk players, get tripped up, and then Bruce is also up in the play. So the Nighthawks respond the other way, and then they're going to chip this puck past the back-checking John, and there's a player all alone in front. Fortunately, the pass comes to his backhand rather than his forehand, and he can't get everything on it, and Trevor makes the save. So Jackals coming back the other way, looking to tie. Here comes Rob. He's got Aaron with him, slides it across to Aaron, tips it up in the air. Looks like it maybe hit the arm of the goaltender, and then going harmlessly off to the corner. Here comes Chris Marshall again. He's coming down that left side just like he did last time, and again, he's going to power around the defender. This time he cuts in front with it on the backhand, gets a shot off. The puck is laying loose there, and he's unable to get control for a rebound shot. Nighthawks coming back the other way. It's 3-on-3, and as this player shovels it towards the net, Gary chops the stick out of his hand, knocking him down at the same time. But that's a costly 4-minute power play for the Nighthawks. And here they pass it around. They're going to pass this across, throw it towards the front of the net. Nice save by Trevor, and the rebound goes past the player in front of the net. The Jackals do end up killing that 4 minutes off. Big kill, and here they come back, trying to tie it. There's Aaron with a shot out high. Hits a player in front rather than getting through. And eventually the Nighthawks do get it out. Here comes Chris Marshall again, this time down the left side, and this time he chooses to shoot. Save there made by the goaltender, and he throws it out front. Chris Stuhars were there alone in front, gets his stick lifted just as he's about to take the shot, and it goes through harmlessly. No shot on net. Period winding down. Bob's trying to keep it in. Seconds left. This player's going to go up the ice and flick it over, and that player's going to throw it on net up high. Trevor does well to make a save with just less than a second left in the period. We go to the third, still 1-0. Here's another play up the side, goes through Bob's feet, turns into a 2-on-1, goes in alone with it, forced to take a shot well by Darwin there. Trevor has it, making the save, still 1-0. Here's a pass over to Darwin, and that gets kind of caught up in John's legs, and he can't quite get the shot off quickly enough, and when he does, it gets blocked, and then it's back the other way for the Nighthawks, and they make this little dangle move to get around the defender, and the puck rolls towards the net, and Trevor is forced to use every little bit of his groin to reach out with his toe and keep that from sliding into the net and becoming a 2-goal lead. Still 1-0. Jackals coming back the other way. Give and go. Gary's going to get it. He's going to throw it on net. Rebound pops right out to him. Goes to the backhand. But the goaltender gets her leg down and seals off the short side to prevent Gary from tying this game. Now here's Rob. He's going to get Aaron all alone in front, shovels it towards the net. And then David comes in later after that shot was blocked to get another whack at it. And then the puck comes out front yet again, and Aaron and Chris Stuhar are there, and neither can make good contact. We're down to about 10 minutes left. There you see Chris Marshall making contact with a cross-check to the player on the face-off. So another power play for the Nighthawks, moving it around side to side. And find this player on the far side who's going to slide it across. Has nothing but net, but rapier-like save. The leg shooting out from Trevor. His groin now stretched on the right side after stretching on the left side before. Big save to keep this a one-goal game and to help the Jackals kill that penalty. So back the other way. Rob with a big dive, knocks it down for Aaron. He's in all alone, goes low blocker, then he has a rebound, and another big save. Those are two golden opportunities for the Jackals to tie the game right there. This is a bit of a strange play here as 5 Jackals are fixated on the puck and don't realize there's a player in behind them right in front of the net. That defender throws it through in the front, and that player seems to actually tip the puck wide rather than on net. So bullet dodged by the Jackals. And speaking of dodging bullets, this player unable to do so as he gets knocked down just before his own player shoots it right off of the face, and that player had to temporarily leave the game, but he did return. Jackals the other way. Now here comes Rob. He's going to slide this over to David. Just 3 minutes left. Takes a shot. It goes wide and wraps around. Bob jumps on it, keeps it in, puts it down to Aaron. He's going to slide this out to Chris Stuhar. All alone in front, looking to score. Shovels it up high on the goaltender. Bob there looking for the rebound, but it doesn't fall down. She smothers it into the jersey, keeping it out. Now we're down to just a minute left. A face-off in the offensive zone. One back to Bob. Throws it at the net. Rob and Chris Marshall both there, unable to make contact or get the rebound. So now with just 26 seconds left on the clock, down by 1, the Jackals call a timeout to plan out a plan of attack here for the final 20 seconds, which we are going to watch. Another one draw back to Gary. Puts it on net. Tipped. Rob tries to throw it back around in front. Bob's going to pinch down, keep it low to Aaron. With time winding down, he's going to throw this towards the net, and it's going to bounce out to Bob, who's going to try and slip over to his forehand. And the time he does that, that player is able to get out there and block it and push it out over the line with just 5 seconds left. Jackals are only going to have one more crack at it. This chance from way out high by John, and the clock is going to run out on the season for the Jackals. So another close game between these two teams, but a disappointing end for the Jackals as we look at their stats. Of course, not much to see. A big game from Trevor, though, to keep it close at 1-0. But typically these teams play very close games, 2-1 games. Jackals just could not get to 2 goals here today. Here's the standings for the playoffs. Chris Marshall leading the way with 5 points. So let's have a look at how these playoffs ended up. The Vipers beating the Blades in the other semifinal, and then the following day, the Nighthawks took on the Blades in the final, won that game 2-1. And there you see them on the screen with the cup celebration, winning the 30+ D division. Another year where the Jackals were not able to make it to the final. It's been a few years now for them. They do have some solace for winning some summer seasons, which they will be heading into next week. But this season is now over, ending in a semifinal loss, the same as last year. And they'll look forward to the following winter season to hopefully finally then return to the finals. So that's it for this season. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you shortly for the summer season.